So what happened one Sunday morning or Saturday, I don't remember, was a couple came for the satsangs, Ramesh's satsangs, and they brought their taxi driver up with them. You know, your typical Mumbai taxi driver. It was a very sweet gesture of theirs. And he was sitting down and probably was witnessing what's going on. And then he took the mic and he spoke to Ramesh about his life story. And he was down and out. His whole thing was, I've been driving a taxi on the Mumbai roads for 25 years. But look at me. I'm the same. I'm still a taxi driver. My children have grown up. One child is doing this. One child is doing that. But look at me. I'm just a taxi driver, Same. I've just been the same all along. And the poor me syndrome, he kept going on and on. So he told Ramesh, so please do something, or something to that effect. Tell me something, give me something. So Ramesh said, I can certainly tell you one thing. Get used to the idea. And he was stunned. He said, in Hindi, मैं इधर आता हूँ और आप मुझे ये बोलते हैं. I come here with this expectation that you will solve my problems and you just tell me get used to the idea. So, he was not happy. And Ramesh again told him, look, it's not that you just started driving the taxi. It's not 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You've been doing it for decades. You've not progressed. So why not accept your destiny and that it was the will of God and be comfortable with that? That is what I mean by get used to it. Instead of this grumbling and moping and, you're obviously expecting me to perform a miracle. And this man was completely unhappy. But according to my understanding, what Ramesh told him was exactly what he needed someone to tell him. Because after 25 years, if you are still fretting and fuming and frustrated, rightly so, because you feel God has not been fair to you. But the fact is, if your destiny was meant to be different, it would have been. So you might as well accept that this is God's will. And it is God's will that you be a taxi driver on the Mumbai road for 25 years. Because like you yourself have said, you tried other things, they didn't work. He told Ramesh that he had tried something else, this didn't work, that didn't work. So obviously this was his destiny. Now, according to me, this was the true miracle that somebody told this man, get used to the idea. I think that was such a beautiful gift which Ramesh could give this man. But whether he accepts it or not is his destiny at the end of the day. But the relief this could bring to someone who's feeling that, I've been at it for 25 years, and he's looking for a miracle. But the relief, deep down, the simplicity of this message and this teaching brings such relief to know that it could not have been any other way. Very deep. But you see, the thing is that the teaching is so simple that people miss out on its depth. The ego could come in and say, oh, it's easier to say, get used to the idea. What about the frustration? Of course, I agree completely. It is a frustrating scenario. But when there's a total acceptance that whatever I tried in my career as a taxi driver didn't work out, whatever deviations I took in the hope of making more money didn't work out, I can only rest in the knowing that they didn't work out because they were not meant to work out. According to me, that gives tremendous relief. Rather than beating yourself up that I tried this, I failed, I tried that, I failed, look at me, why me, poor me. Just accept that this is what was meant to be. You don't have to be happy about it. I'm not saying sing and dance about the fact that you're a taxi driver for 25 years. But just accept it as God's will. Accept your frustration as God's will. But that acceptance is the key. Not the miracle which he was looking for, which obviously he thought he'll come upstairs at the satsang because there's this guru figure. And maybe his life is going to change because he's going to get divine blessings of God. Which he did. He got someone who just made it very simple for him.